My topic will envisage on three main aspects. Something about the human microbiome, and what is the human microbiome, what has happened to it over the years, with what happens to it over the years with the child growing and becoming an adult, and how treatment options or what we have to look at which may help us to maintain this human microbiome so that you are able to live normally. And we are becoming more and more artificial, genetically modified, and hoping that the human microbiome will be maintained the same way, which is not going to happen. So I will bring in the probiotics a bit to see how much it needs to, how does it help us. Okay, right. The human body is a home to about 1 trillion microbes, and the gastrointestinal tract alone harbors almost more than 50% of it. And what does it contribute? The commensal microbes which are in the human body or in the gastrointestinal tract will contribute to the host nutrition, to the developmental regulation of intestinal angiogenesis, that is development of the intestinal wall and the cellular development, and it also protects from pathogens, and it also helps in the development of the immune response. So this is where the bacteria, commensal bacteria, helps you out to develop. Right. There are recent advances. This is all of an article which came as the human microbiome, which came out in 2012 June. I'll show you I'll have a slide on the front page of it, or on the abstract of it. Okay. What are the recent advances? There are enough bacteria that are not being able to culture. And you have to find various methodologies of making a diagnosis whether these bacteria are in the system, in our body, in our skin, in our intestines, in our respiratory tract, and wherever possible. So we have what is called the genome sequencing technologies and metagenomic analysis, which are new things, and they provide a broader understanding of these resident microbes in our body, which highlighting the difference between a healthy and a diseased state. So what happens when you get an illness? What happens to these microbes? They move out, new ones come in, and whether treatment options help to bring back the old microbiome back to the scene is the next question. Right. Okay. This talk is mainly on the changes in the microbiome in the different situations. One, with the mode of delivery, whether you have a normal delivery, a vaginal delivery, or whether you have a cesarean section. Then the mode of feeding, whether you are on the breast or whether you are on the formula. And the second thing, the recurrent illnesses, what you get, whether the hygiene hypothesis, which we know about, where you get repeated infections when you are small, is better off when you are later on in life, because the body immune mechanism has something to fight for, and when it has fought for the infection, basically the body mechanism now knows this is what I have to fight for. And when your body mechanism doesn't have the option to fight an infection, it starts fighting its own body proteins. That is when you get all these collagen vascular diseases, your rheumatoid arthritis, all your autoimmune disorders coming in people who have not had infections when they were small. 3, if they get an infection, they will be better off because their immune system works in a better way and it prevents you getting other things where there is autoimmune disorders. And this is what is hygiene hypothesis means. And what are the changes that take place in the composition and function with age? What happens to these bacteria and what comes in and what goes out later on in life? Okay. This is the 1,000 days concept which has come up in the recent years, where from the day of pregnancy, you start your pregnancy, the first 9 months of pregnancy and the first 2 years of life. Put together, they talk about the 1,000-day concept with the pregnancy until the second birthday. And it offers a unique window of opportunity to shape a healthier and a more prosperous future for the children. The right nutrition during the first 1,000 days, the window can have an enormous impact on a child's ability to grow, to learn, and rise out of poverty. And so the first 1,000 days of life is very important as far as this goes. It can also have a profound effect on the long-term health and stability and development of the entire community. This is the global thing which came up with what we call the MDG, the Millennium Development Goals, which brought on this 1,000-day concept. So from that, I will move out to basically what are the